You study for weeks, you sit down for the exam, and suddenly your mind goes entirely blank. Or you spend 10 minutes frantically searching for keys you just put down. Every day, our brains drop important information when we need it most. But imagine an existence where that never happens again. Imagine your brain retaining absolutely every detail it ever encounters, from a license plate you saw 10 years ago to the exact phrasing of a textbook you read once. The daily friction of misplaced items and forgotten names would vanish. Average individuals could absorb languages in weeks and become experts in complex fields without ever needing to review their notes. On the surface, a flawless memory appears to be the ultimate evolutionary advantage for an easy, optimized life. On a societal scale, total recall would theoretically change high-stakes fields overnight. A doctor would instantly cross-reference every medical journal they've ever scanned to diagnose a rare disease, and scientists could hold decades of raw data in their heads simultaneously. This raises a biological question. If remembering everything is such a massive advantage, why did human evolution actively select against it? Take a look at this animated diagram of a neural network. You'll see data pathways glowing brightly, and then intentionally severing themselves. Neurobiologists call this the active forgetting mechanism. It shows that losing data is a deliberate biological process. The brain's tendency to drop information is a highly engineered feature, a filter that suggests there are specific consequences to remembering everything. Right now, time naturally degrades the emotional intensity of negative experiences. A humiliating mistake hurts a little less a year later, which allows us to process the event and move forward. Without that degradation, every past embarrassment, trauma, and heartbreak remains as agonizingly fresh as the moment it occurred. You wouldn't just recall a painful memory, you would relive the raw adrenaline and cortisol spikes of your worst days on loop. This would alter human relationships. Friendships, families, and marriages survive because the sting of past conflicts fades from our minds over months and years. If you retain every slight with perfect clarity, you develop grudge permanence. In an environment where the anger from an argument never dulls, genuine forgiveness becomes biologically impossible. Humanity would be emotionally paralyzed. Without the ability to forget, we would be trapped beneath the compounding weight of accumulated grief and resentment. But the mechanical cost of perfect memory is even worse. This visualization shows a single, bright node, representing a useful memory, like your ATM pin. The expanding cloud of millions of gray dots represents the meaningless data points your brain encounters and dismisses in a single day, like the color of a passing car. If you disable the brain's natural delete function, all that useless data piles up. Within days, the volume of retained background noise completely swallows crucial information. When you try to answer a simple question, millions of related but irrelevant memories compete for your attention simultaneously. Psychologists call this state decision paralysis. An infinite abundance of data destroys the brain's ability to sort, prioritize, and make choices. The fantasy of a lightning-fast mind would be replaced by an overwhelmed neurological system choking on its own storage. Total recall would destroy our ability to process reality and function in the present moment. Psychologists believe forgetting isn't a flaw, but rather identify it as one of the brain's primary and most powerful survival tools. This diagram shows synaptic pruning. The brain systematically collapses its outer branches to clear away the unnecessary, specifically to prioritize and strengthen essential knowledge along a central pathway. This active clearing process generates the mental bandwidth to learn new skills and adapt to changing environments. Our ability to navigate the present relies on the brain's efficiency in discarding the past. By clearing away old data, the brain creates the capacity for new experiences, lessons, and beginnings. The minor friction of lost keys or forgotten names seems manageable when weighed against the suffocating weight of a mind that can never let go. Knowing the cost of keeping every single detail you've ever encountered, would you still accept the gift of perfect memory?